So the past few weeks at work, it's been raining a lot. And I usually eat my lunch in my car, but I couldn't this time because I didn't feel like getting soaking wet walking to my car, so I was forced to eat in the break room. And when I was there, all of my coworkers were just complaining nonstop about anything. And I found myself almost getting like wrapped up in it. Like I almost had an urge to start complaining too because I was surrounded by all this negativity. Luckily, I realized it was stupid and what they're complaining about is ridiculous, and I moved on. But it got me thinking about how you got to block out the negativity and block out all the noise, and it is everywhere. Like another great example of this is just the media we consume. I was at the gym with my friend doing some cardio after we did an awesome chest day, and there's a bunch of TVs over the treadmills, and they had a bunch of different like news networks, and all it was just the most doom and gloom headlines, sometimes even speaking of the opposite things, saying how doom and gloom it is. And it made me realize, like, man, they're just doing this just for views, because negativity is what gets clicks and views, not, positive things. And it got me thinking about the quote I heard about how Twitter's not real life. I've recently, for the most part, every now and then I go on it, taken Twitter out of my life completely. And since I've done that, it's been amazing, honestly, because I don't really go on Facebook that much anymore or anything like that. So I've pretty much, besides YouTube, like cut social media out almost completely. And seeing the petty, dramatic arguments that people go on Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it, is hilarious to me. And there's, I have some friends who are addicted to Twitter, and they think that in the real world, not just on Twitter, it's just this battleground, this like culture war battleground, or like all this crazy shit happening. And when you unplug and disconnect from it, you realize that this is not that big of a thing. Like things, like Twitter takes a minuscule problem and expands it by like 100,000 times. Like you would think some of these small things people argue about and think are, the end of the world is, commonplace that people talk about in real life. And it's really not. And when you unplug from social media, especially Twitter or X, you'll realize these really small things are completely overblown and not something that is really going to affect your life in any meaningful way if you choose to block it out and not pay it too much attention. And then this also goes into believing in yourself and blocking out the people that are doubting the things that, you want to do with your life. A lot of people have unsupportive people or complacent people that are stuck in a rut, and instead of trying to, be happy for people around them, they try to drag them down with them so they can feel better about themselves. And I've seen a lot of people in the comments of these videos that are, really young, which is shocking to me that there's like people in there, that are 19, like 20, 21 years old, watching a Halo 1 commentary video, probably around, when they were born. This game came out and people are, watching it, and that's absolutely awesome. I want a large age demographic if possible. That's really awesome. So for those people, they're saying, the last video I was talking about finding your passion or purpose in life, that, they don't know what they want to do, they feel lost, or just, feel bad about themselves that they don't know what their true passion is in life. And some of the comments that people led was they're saying that the people around them may or may not believe in them. And what I'm saying is if you want to do something, barring that some huge financial hurdle, because obviously money does play a factor in some things, you can do it. Like, as long as it's a realistic goal, and, being realistic is pretty large. I mean, a lot of people can do things that they never thought they could if they just put their mind to it. So as long as you do that and just, let time pass, you'll find your passion, you'll find your purpose. And as long as you block out all the negativity, you'll be fine. If you surround yourself with people that are go-getters and, genuinely, have drive to do things and are positive people, that energy rubs off on you. Just like negativity rubs off, positivity rubs off. And, there's something to be said about being too positive, but that's always better than being negative or too negative. So basically, the point of this video, surround yourself with positive people, block out the noise, because a lot of the times we become obsessed with things and turn small problems into little problems. And if we block it out, our lives will ultimately be far more fulfilling and better.